Welcome. My name is Alistair Shirazi, and today we're going to talk about how to acquire customers for your SaaS and agency business using Facebook ads. And in particular, we're going to talk about the ad targeting, the audience and targeting for your Facebook ads. So we're going to get right into it. No fluff, no BS. Okay, how to grow your agency SaaS with Facebook ads, specifically audience and targeting is what we're going to focus on today. So high level, it's an amazing product in itself. And if you already know, it's a matter of just finding people that need this service. And once they see it, a lot of times they just need to have it. So how do you get this in front of the people that need to find it? That's one of the big questions that you have. So first, real quick, I want to talk about my results. So if you look at my results for the first 30 days of running my SaaS business, I was actually able to acquire 11 new customers in my first full month of switching to SaaS mode. And I was proud of that result. Most of these customers at the $97 per month mark. Some of them are at the $197, and I have a couple of them in there at the $497 mark. So these are my results, and I'm going to show you how I was able to use Facebook ads in order to accomplish this. So before we get, hey, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be talking about these kind of tips and tricks. I consider myself a Facebook ads expert. I've spent well over $1 million in Facebook ads between myself and my clients. So please subscribe to my YouTube for more valuable content. Also, if you want a deeper dive, you can click the link in the description and you can get my full Facebook ads strategy guide for free. It's free. Just go ahead and click the link in the bottom in the description and I'll send that to you. The links are in the description. So first of all, I want to show you the results that I have. I hope that you guys can see this, but so you can see I was getting leads as low as $1.66 per lead. Sometimes, around $4 or $5 per lead, depending on what offer and what I was actually targeting. And one thing I'll tell you guys is when people show this kind of data, and by the way, you can see this from February to April. When people show this type of data, like the cost per lead, you have to know that take it with a grain of salt because it's pretty much irrelevant. Okay. What really matters is was I able to convert these leads into actual clients? Okay. We know that I was able to convert a portion of them, but just because someone has a really low lead cost, it's super easy to generate really low quality leads for a low cost. That's super easy to do. What's hard to do is to create a low customer acquisition cost or cost per acquisition, which that's what you want to see. Okay. So, but here are my results. Here are how I was able to generate leads for $2, $4, $5, and depending on the actual result, different costs. Okay, first I want to tell you that it's much more than being able to generate leads. Okay, generating leads is easy. Now there's three main components to marketing and selling and building your SaaS business. Okay, really these three steps and these three components are relevant for every single business that you ever work on in your entire life. You have the offer or the product, you have the marketing, so your lead generation ability, and then you have your sales. Okay, so your offer is the product, your marketing is your ability to find customers or prospects, and then your sales is your ability to turn those prospects into paying customers. And the second graph here illustrates that these components kind of work together. So the better your offer is, the less important your marketing and sales become. If you're really good at marketing, well, maybe you don't have to be as good at sales, or your offer doesn't have to be as great. Or if you're really great at sales, you can convert more of your leads, and therefore your marketing and your offer become less relevant. Okay. It's important to understand that all these three work together before I get into the details. So now I'm going to show you a live demonstration. I'm going to hop into my personal ads manager account and we're going to actually build some of these cold audiences. And I'm going to show you some of these retargeting audiences that you can use when you're building your SaaS business as well. One more time, take one quick second to like and subscribe this video. Please interact. I'm working on building up my YouTube. It would mean so much to me if you left a comment down below as well. All right, without further ado, let's get right into it. Ads manager. Okay. All right. You guys are seeing all my personal stuff right here. Great. But it's okay because I want you guys to see what we're going to do here. So we're going to hop right into creating a new campaign. I'm going to choose this leads campaign because we want to actually get leads, right? Now, Facebook offers this tailored leads campaign setup. I've tested it. I've had better results when I go manual. When I go into manual mode, I typically have better results because I know what I'm looking for. Okay, so we're going to skip over most of this stuff here. We're going to go straight to the ad set. All right, the ad set is where you're going to actually set your audience. Okay, the first thing you're going to notice here is that your conversion location. So where are the leads going to be qualified? Where are the leads going to be inputting their information? Now, if you're looking at this, you probably already know about Go High Level. So, it's really important to be able to have this integrated with some kind of CRM because otherwise the leads go nowhere. You have to have the leads go someplace and then have some kind of follow up. Text messaging, booking, closing process, but that's for a different video. For now, we're going to use instant forms because that's what's going to allow the customer to input their phone and email, and we can ask them questions directly in Facebook. Now, one more thing about this instant forms is one benefit is the data is already preloaded. So the customer's phone number and email address and name and business page and all this stuff is all preloaded. And so the customer doesn't have to even type anything, which makes it way easier for the customer to actually convert. Whereas if you send them to a landing page, well, they have to actually type everything in manually. And now your conversions are going to go down and your cost is going to go up. However, your quality is going to go up. If it's harder for the customers to finish that form, well, those leads are going to be much higher quality. So there's a trade-off there between quality and quantity and cost. Okay. But for now, we're going to go with instant forms. Okay. You're going to choose your budget. You're going to choose your Facebook page. Um, and we're going to go down to audience. All right. So a couple things we want to do here. So for the locations, one thing I normally do is it defaults to this, people living in or recently in this location. I want people that are living in this location. Okay. I'm targeting United States now because that's what I am more familiar with. I live in the United States. Feel free to target this for your particular country. Um, Now, age. Look, I've had the most luck when I typically leave things general and broad, and I let the Facebook algorithm do what it does best and find me customers based on the offer that I'm offering and the type of people that interact with the ad. Okay. So I don't like touching the age. I don't like touching the genders. Okay, the genders, we'll just do all genders here. Okay, we're not really discriminating, even though depending on your niche, it may be a little bit different. But unless unless you have something very very specific, like you know beauty stuff, or even then, just I would experiment with having things more generic at first. All right. So detailed targeting. What are some good ideas for you to add in for the detailed targeting here? Well, one thing that I like to do is if you're targeting business owners and you know you're targeting business owners, here are a couple ones that you can try. So I typically would like to do a combination between a behavior like business owner and then an interest. And interest will include your particular niche. So in my carpet cleaning niche, it's going to be like um, business owners and then carpet cleaning. So that's one example of a combination that has worked for me in the past. So let me show you how that works here. I'm going to type in business right here. Um, and so let's see here. So you can do a couple things. You can just click this business right here. All right. And this is going to say people that have expressed interest in business and business financing. Okay. Business and finances. So that's one thing I can do is I can select this right here. So entrepreneurs. Okay. Entrepreneurship. Right. This is another one that you can do. But another one you can do, I really like doing, is you can do business owners. Okay. Small business owner. Right? And what you can do, and what this does, is this one right here, small business owners. If you read it, it says people who list themselves as small business owners or own a small business page on Facebook. All right. So these people have a business page already on Facebook, and there's a good chance they, want to promote that business page in some sense. So this is a really, really good one to use for agency owners. Okay. So once you have your business owner aspect, now let's add in the interest or niche aspect. All right. So for me, it's going to be carpet cleaning. All right. So I can experiment here. Now, I can experiment with this carpet cleaning one, right? People that have expressed interest or like pages related to carpet cleaning. So that might be people that are in carpet cleaning groups or people that, are interested in carpet cleaning equipment. Then the next one here is cleaning and maintenance services. So this is a demographic as opposed to an interest. Um, and demographics a little bit different, right? This is going to target people with roles in cleaning and maintenance. So, example, janitor, housekeeper, gardener, handyman, etc. This may or may not be as relevant because this might get employees, but as long as you have kind of this mixture of like entrepreneurship and business owners plus the niche, it's going to kind of start to narrow it down a little bit. All right. So I would leave it. That's about it. 2 to 3 interests. That's all you want to be doing. Okay. Now this next one here. Okay. This next one here. Reach people beyond your detailed targeted selection when it's likely to improve performance. So this is something that needs to be tested because I've had, depending on the offer and depending on what I'm going after, I've had success with this, and I've also had it actually decrease my conversions. So, what I would recommend you do is you set up a test, right? Run 2 separate ad sets. You can even just click here, quickly duplicate, and then you say that you're going to run an A. Oops, shoot. I'm going to delete this real quick. You're going to run an A/B test. You can see I'm going to duplicate this, and then I can say new A/B test, and that's going to split up the ad budget between the two, and you're going to actually be able to see results between those 2 different campaigns. So that's how you would run an A/B test. Okay, but going down here, just know that this is something that has to be tested. Sometimes it works to your benefit, sometimes it doesn't. All right. Now, advantage placements versus manual placements. I've experimented with this as well. Some people like to take out certain placements. I've had better success when I just leave it as the recommended factor. Okay. And a couple important things here. So, one thing you want to do is you want to exclude people that have already taken your desired action. Okay. So, the way you would do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. So, the way you would do that is you would create a custom audience. Okay. Based off of your lead form, all right? And you're going to say people that have opened and submitted this lead form, okay? Opened and submitted this lead form. Um, we're gonna create a audience, and then we're gonna exclude that audience because once they've already taken that desired result, we don't want to keep showing them the same ad. Okay, maybe we want to show them something different, but we're no longer want to showing them that cold audience, that cold outreach. So if you do this, it's going to help you to decrease your cost per acquisition because you're no longer wasting ad spend on people that may be highly engaged but already took your desired call to action. Okay, so this is how you would run a basic cold campaign. It's not that much to it. All right, then you would go ahead and make your ads. All right, but basically, this is how you do a cold campaign. So now we're going to get into retargeting audiences. I'm going to briefly show you what are some of the possibilities when you're running retargeting campaigns. All right. So first of all, you can do, we're going to click create new and then custom audience. So there's a lot of different things you can do here. One of the first ones you can do is you can do ads based off of a video. Okay, so let's go to, oops, what's going on here? You can create a retargeting ad based off of video, and let's go ahead and check that out now. So people look at some of these different retargeting options. So people that watched 50%, 75%, 95% of your video, okay, what you can do is run a video with an awareness objective, and it's going to spread it out to a lot of different people. And then what's going to happen is you can actually retarget the people that watched your video the most. So who are the people that are most interested in your offering or your video? You can actually create an audience based off who watched your videos and different levels of their interest. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is based off of your lead form. Okay, so let's say anyone that opened up this lead form and didn't submit it, right? Anyone that opened it but didn't submit it. So anyone that was interested enough to click on it but didn't actually follow through with it. That's a serious, call to action right there. People are interested in it. Okay. Another retargeting you can do is people that came to your website. So for this, you need to have a Facebook pixel set up installed on your website, and you can actually target people that saw particular pages, specific pages. You can even target people that spent a certain amount of time on their website, on your website, people that submitted certain applications or submitted lead forms. There's a lot of different things you can do based on the action that someone took on your website. And Instagram accounts, it's the same thing. So people that like or engage a particular Instagram account in the past, X amount of time. Um, Also, your Facebook page. So if you have a Facebook page and you have followers, you could do anyone that has engaged with your page. You could even do anyone that's engaged with any post. So if they've ever engaged with a particular post or an ad, you can create an audience based off of that group of people. Okay, and you can set up, the time period in which you want to focus on as well. So one really good way to do this is hit them while they're still hot. So let's say like in the past 5 days, if somebody engaged my post or ad, well, now I want to retarget the people. Everyone in the past 5 days, I want to show them a promotion while it's still top of mind and get them to convert. Okay, so you have to test these things. You have to figure out what works best for you. One thing to know about retargeting ads is that they're going to have a very small audience. So you're typically going to put a very small budget behind this, unless you've been doing this for a very long time and you've had enough time for that audience to build up, in a big enough audience. So typically $5, $10 max is going to be enough. Otherwise, it's just going to max out in a couple of days anyway. So that's one thing interesting about retargeting. You typically going to use a small ad budget for those as well. Okay, so listen, guys, that is what I wanted to show you. But before you leave, I want to take you a second to please remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you found this useful. I'm going to be doing more content on how to acquire SaaS customers for your business, for your high-level business, for your agency. So, hey, if you found this interested, subscribe. Also, you have a link in the description where you can get my Facebook ad strategy sent to you absolutely free. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon.